for the first session lecture. We will start with Al-Fatiha. Bismillah. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, before you want to start our lecture, I try to look list of attendance first. So maybe I open the presentation first. Where's the presentation? Okay, entire screen. So hopefully, as usual so we also have already in week, including also with the bracket break. So this week I think is week 12 already. If I'm not mistaken, right? Okay. So as you can see from this my entire screen, this is as usual list of attendance. So I think we are already in week 12. So week 10 and 11 we have a break. Should be okay. So maybe I want to take one by one. The name. It's just very short. Short list of the name. Adila, just mention. You.
Ada di sini, sir.
Alright, thank you. Amanda.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Amiratul.
Ada, sir.
Okay, good. Beatrice. Please, you have Beatrice? So if not, I will ask again. One more. Okay, we continue with Hazim. Hazim
ada, sir.
Okay, good. Alif.
Saya, sir.
Okay, good. Ariel.
Ada, sir.
Okay, so I tick before I ask. Faizal, should be okay. Faizal.
Ada, sir, ada.
Alright.
Yeah.
Beatrice, okay. Beatrice already joined just now. Okay, Beatrice. Okay, Beatrice. I think Faizal also include. Firdaus.
Hadi, sir, Hadi.
Okay, Nur Alifa.
Ada, sir.
Alright, and last Rabiatul Adawiyah. Okay, I think Beatrice.
Yes, sir.
Beatrice, you are include.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so Alhamdulillah, we will back to our lecture again for this week. And Alhamdulillah also, I have come only in Selangor just 2 days before.
Finally.
Finally, Alhamdulillah. So
Bila sampai, sir?
Ikutkan saya sampai hari saya betul hari Isnin itu. Saya dapat surat kelulusan awal sikit sebab 10 bulan dia mention tak ada ni kan PKPP kan. Jadi yang masa tu PKPB. So kena buat surat, so dapat surat pengajikan. Tapi masa panjang perjalanan saya tengok tak ada pula kena roadblock apa kan. Tapi just backup lah ada surat. So alhamdulillah lah boleh bawa satu keluarga sampai ke ni lah rumah saya di Kelang ni. So alhamdulillah lah. So balik pun dekat 2 bulan lebih. 2 bulan lebih sampai kat rumah ni bersepah-sepah biasalah kan. Jadi ada masa lah sikit lah kemas-kemas lah kan. Alhamdulillah. So itulah sedikit sebanyak lah pasal saya rasa pun tak ada menarik minat sangat lah. Yang penting itulah alhamdulillah lah. Cerita ni lah sampai ke sini, syukur. Terima kasih semua. Okay, so that's it for this week lah. So we continue with our lecture. Alhamdulillah with our lecture 7, right? Because I figure out so we have lecture 7, 8, 9, 10 macam tu lah kot. Okay, so you have seen kamu boleh tengok jelas kan dia punya ni kan paparan kan pasal slide ni kan. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, saya kecil sikit lah, nak nampak lah sikit kamu punya apa ni kan. Apa panggil, kamu punya yang belah kanan tu nampak lah sikit Amiratul Adila macam tu lah. Semua nampak sikit Okay. So kalau let's say kalau macam ni tak berapa clear kamu boleh gunalah another apa ni alternative you can open by your own by yourself that this one has been upload in Ireland. So try to download lah this lecture 7. Okay. So about the today's lecture is about the geographical query. So maybe I need to having a very what we call just continuities of this lecture because I think we have a break 2 weeks So what did I do again replan again according to our plan. So you can see after this that what that I planned for this subject geographic information system. So for today's geographical query, so normally when we talk about the geographic query ni regarding with our subject GIS ni, actually it's about the result and analysis how that we want to make analyzing in GIS. So we need to use what we call as geographical query. So again, before we start, as usual, maybe you also have familiar already my lecture. We start with the information. So how is your progress? Mini project so far so good, inshallah. If you have a question, if you have any question, maybe you can make a small mini project group, and then from there you can ask if something wrong, what is your progress, is it correct or wrong. So you need a guide also about this one. So I target that you might be during this week, week 12, right? So during this week 12, so we have another 3 weeks more. So hopefully that one might be already 80%, 80% above. So hopefully 80% above lah ni, your presentation. Your mini project, which is YouTube, and so far, what's the progress? YouTube and also the report lah. This one, because this one it will include the mark, not that one. This one, 20%, also 20%. So I presentation that one, meaning that regarding with the YouTube, YouTube presentation, that one. And also the written test, the written test ni, so that's why I pass to all of you lah. I don't want to disturb because I just read. If I not, I read in this WhatsApp group. So that's why I don't want to disturb you all. So you just mention what time, what day, because whatever that you mention, inshallah, I just follow. I follow according to what that you want to make the preparation for the written test. So you can discuss also with Puan Anna. So after all, you decide lah. So the decision that you make sure everybody agree lah. So it depends with you all, because written test, this one not a final, but this one actually a written test only. So it will be included in this assessment. So if you look the assessment, written test ni during test week, like what that have been mentioned by Puan Ana, it will take 15%. Okay, and that's practical test. This practical test I mentioned to you 2 week or 3 week lah after Raya. So it's only cover lab 1 until lab 5 only. So I think we have gone through lab 1 until lab 5. So we have another lab 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So based on the assessment, so only 50%. The rest 30%, this one will including in your lab 1 until lab 10 lah, that one. So it will be very huge mark also for the lab report ni. Sorry lah, anak bagi pil vitamin C kat saya. Jadi saya kalau dengar keruk-keruk bunyi ni, pil vitamin C lah So jaga kesihatan. Jadi this is my plan a new plan for today, 10th June So this already week 12. So for the first 1 hour inshallah we try to look into lecture number 7. So this is lecture number 7. And then another 1 hour we will proceed with lecture number 8. So I just pick up whatever that the slide that more related with this GIS but because mostly I studied before this. For example, like lecture 7, mostly there's a lot of picture. Maybe for that picture, the slide of the picture, maybe we just not skip, but we just go not very slow lah. We don't want. Okay, so this is the week that we gone through for this week, which is week 12. So the next week, might combine lecture 9 and lecture 10. So maybe if we not finish lecture 10, so we continue. So we go lecture 11, so proceed until lecture 12. So week the last the end of the week during 6th July to 24th of July. So that one you will have test week, so there's no more lecture. So this one depend with you all. Is up to you because during this week, inshallah, I available. So some of you mentioned you want to make 15 July, 21st. So make sure the decision that have been made to you. So you just proceed just ask Puan Ana. So Puan Ana will make a timetable for it, inshallah. Okay, so this is the plan for the lecture and the plan of lab. So this plan of lab 10 PM until 12 AM bunyi macam ni agak dahsyat daripada pukul 8 sampai pukul 12. Tapi tak apa, we combine together kan for one day. So this one 10 AM 12 AM. So for this week we will go through also lab 6 and lab 7. So this lab actually is not include in our practical test. So this one just for continuity of your lab, where all the lab report will have the assessment of 30%. 30%. That one is very huge mark. So okay, so correct 30%. 30%. So after practical test, so you will for this week we have lab 6 and lab 7. So actually lab 7, lab 6 ni is very short, short one, especially lab 6 lah. So next week we will have a practical test. So the practical test ni we will make at 10 PM lah, 10 PM after week 13. After we have a lecture lecture 9, lecture 10. Then at 10 p.m. So doing the online during this semester, I think this is the what you call yang paling test yang paling hujung kita buat 10 malam jarang-jarang juga kan, tapi hopefully all of you need to have a strength to do it for next week. Because why? Because we will have as usual, for example, like right now at 8 saya padam balik lah ni at right PM eraser. So kalau kita tengok kat sini kita yang kita rancang ni next week we have lecture 9, and also we have lecture 10. So that one is from 8 PM to 10 PM. So next week also we will have a practical test, but that one is during 10 PM to 12 AM. So that's the only way lah on how they want to proceed with for this semester lah, insyaAllah. But I think for this lecture 9 and 10, maybe not very much lah. Maybe we continue, and then maybe lecture 10 before 10 PM we finish already, and then we just take a few minutes, so to start with our practical at 10 PM. Okay, then we go to week 14. So actually lab 8, 9, 10 ni, so this one you will do based on you learn from the YouTube lah, later on I will talk about it. And then alhamdulillah we go to the week 15. We need to have a revision for the written test. So we still have a time, week 15 So after we finish lecture 11, 12, then we go to the revision, and then we will prepare for the written test, insyaAllah. Okay, so that's it for our plan. Maybe I can print screen later on, this one, so but you need to mention to me lah, after this. Okay, so any question before we start with our lecture 7 for today? So if not, we proceed with lecture today. Okay. So tak ada okay. So for geographical query for the learning outcome, what is a geographical query? So queries and reasoning, and also measurements. So what that we want to know about this learning outcome. So we have like I mentioned to you, it's about the geographical query. But what that we want to make a query. So we need to know also reasoning why that we want to make a queries, and together with the measurement also, together with the measurements. Okay, what is geographical query? So if you can look from here, the geographical query actually is the most basic of analysis operation. To answer simple question posed by the user, no change occur in the database and no new data are produced. Okay, the operation will be vary from simple to complex, and also the query actually is a reasoning. So actually what we call geographic query in GIS is some sort like, for example, in your FYP, you have already methodology, you have already the literature review that you have studied before, and then when you want to, based on method, what kind of method that you use in FYP for your research study in FYP. So you want to get the results. So you want to get the results. So you make a query from there, for like what I mentioned to you, analysis. But when you want to make in your FYP the analysis, normally you make in Excel, for example. But in GIS, normally you use what we call as the analysis in GIS. Normally we'll use a tool in the software of GIS. So you will see after this, inshallah, 10 p.m. For tonight, lab 6 and lab 7, inshallah. And one more, in geographical query, we also have a measurement. So when we talk about measurement, it's something that more related with the distance, the distance. So you also can identify the distance in our measurement in GIS, and normally it will also related with the scale, the scale. So if the scale is small, so maybe we can identify what kind of the distance. They have a scope and limitation when we want to identify distance based on scales. If the scale is very large, so maybe we can get more detail. So more detail ni kalau macam small object like vehicles might be. So kalau large scale, maybe we can identify. If it is very small, maybe the city is only point. So what that we want to do is maybe the limitation, the scale, maybe we can look the parameter of the border. Itu mungkin kita boleh dapatlah melalui measurement.
Maksud ada jumpa ke Facebook?
Okay, so in the queries and reasoning ni, actually we have some sort like macam kalau kita tengok dekat dalam software GIS ni, dia macam ada selective map display, kita ada special query, kita ada attribute query, we also have a special. So all of this actually they have inside of the GIS software. So they have tools inside it. So maybe you also can look into the GIS software. For example, regarding with this selective map display ni, you want to identify, you want to display what kind of location and what kind of object that you want to have. So even we also can display by varying colors. I think this one we have done before. We try to add the data Klang, especially the map of Klang, and then from there I mentioned to you in my previous lab that we can change the color of the land use. For example, of the residential area, for example, we change from color from grey to become pink, for example. Tapi in planning, kalau macam planning department tu, they have their own color lah, the standard of color that should be. For example, if you are river, normally the color should be blue color. Kalau apa lagi, macam hutan, forest. Kalau forest, normally the color also will be in a green color and so on. Okay, relational query. So when we talk about relational query ni, so normally they will have a structured query language. So when we talk about SQL, the structured query language ni, normally they will have what we call as a program language. Like I mentioned to you before, maybe kita ambil sikit je lah, macam kalau SQL ni dia macam guna Visual Basic, macam language yang daripada from computer lah, Java might be, So all of that will be used as a relational query. So kita akan tengok macam mana sekiranya ada equation yang boleh digunakan di dalam, tapi not very detail lah, just for you to understand that it will be used into the GIS software. Okay, so this one all of this from slide 12 until slide, maybe after this a lot of example to show to you the geographic query based on the map display. For example, if you look the first one, the first slide ni, it will show to you the selective map display, maybe based on the border, border might be, so it highlight the border of the country. The second one it shows to you maybe this one is based on apa ni, contour line, contour. Saya ni present ni dekat ruang tamu, jadi suara anak-anak saya mungkin kuat sikit daripada saya minta maaf nanti saya nak cari jugalah bilik yang sesuai sebenarnya ni, tapi ada lagi 3 minggu lagi. Okay, so the second one is selective map display, is based on, like you look in here, it's based on the contour line. Okay, so the next one, what else? This one might be it display the road network. If you can see from here, they have road network of this one is by flight, maybe this one by train, this one might be a river, so all of that shows to you the road network. So display number 4, perhaps this one more to highway lah, road, especially road lah. So you can see when we talk about geographic query ni, we can identify kita boleh identify khusus kepada apa yang kita nak. So yang tu kita boleh lihat di dalam GIS software, nanti kita tengok hopefully that we can try to use the tools of analysis of the query in lab number 5 and number 6 after this. Okay, selective map display number yang ni you also can show to you the picture that you select for example, like this might be this situation traffic condition in Hong Kong. So yang ni maybe during live punya apa ni condition tu, so dia akan tunjuk lah. Kita pun ada juga kalau kat Malaysia ni kita ada melalui website ITIS. ITIS ni maksudnya Integrated Transportation Intelligence System. Dia dalam tu dia akan tunjuk macam mana situasi yang berlaku lah, real situation. Saya ada terima juga dalam, especially when near to festival, hari raya semua tu, biasanya mungkin ada lah kawan-kawan yang hantar WhatsApp, dia macam kita boleh link, kita klik the link tu, kita boleh lihat webcam shows to you each of the road situation, road condition in Malaysia. Dia ada juga so some of the queries also can be looked into internet also, and some of it also, because when we talk about the mapping in internet, so normally more related with GIS also. Okay, this one also it shows to you the contour also the contour of the each country. So country ni, so example lah that one is based on from the selective map display 1 until selective map 6. It shows to you lah how that you want to make a query for the map, what kind of selective that we want to make. So the next one is special query. So when for example like this one is based on point, so point pula tadi based on map. So yang ni pun kita boleh buat special query based on point, what kind of point that you want to select. So macam ni, contoh macam ni kita ada mungkin yang ni dipanggil sebagai ibu negeri for example, the main one lah. For example, kalau kamu tengok kat ni, ibu negeri Sarawak adalah Kuching for example. Ibu negeri apa ni? Ni Brunei ke apa? Brunei ke Sabah. Ni mungkin KL, yang ni mungkin Singapore besar pula dia punya line tu kita boleh kecilkan so macam ni mungkin kat atas lepas tu yang ni Aceh misalnya, so yang ni mungkin Jakarta mungkin so yang ni, so it shows to you each of the cities in each country. So from here also we can select, we can make a query. For example, from the query we want to get, for example, cities in Malaysia only. So it can identify only the cities of Malaysia kat sini saja. So whereas the other one, so dia tak nak highlightkan dalam GIS software. So lebih kurang macam tu lah kalau kita cakap pasal special query. So yang tadi special query based on point. Suppose special query based on line also also can be included because line normally when we talk about line ni kita line ni macam river, what kind of river in the some of the area, what kind of river, what kind of apa ni road might be other than that might be unified cable water pipe sewerage, so all of that it will be more related with the line query. Area also can be included such as like what the area, how far macam kita nak tahulah area satu kawasan tu berapa dia punya meter persegi macam tu. Also can be make a query in GIS. So yang ni pula background kita ada satellite background, kita boleh include it also. Sometimes also when we make a queries we also can link with the image yang ni ada image macam tadi jugalah kita boleh put the image inside. Okay, attribute query from this one also we can make for example all of this country ni we can identify might be a certain yang mana contoh macam population might be less than berapa, so dia akan select only this area, so based on the data that have been received for example. Yang ni pun sama juga, it will highlight the yellow ni it shows the highlight lah what for example might be this one is the population might be more than berapa million for example, so dia akan choose yang tu je, whereas the others ni macam kurang dia tak akan pilih lah, so also it will be included. Yang ni relationship query, so yang ni pula when we talk about SQL ni, so normally when we talk about SQL ni dia ada extended from the programmer dia macam ada programming, so yang tak ada dalam GIS software yang basicnya, tapi dia extend kan, so programmer ni nak cerita macam sinilah, maknanya nak ceritanya programmer tu dia akan buat satu program, so dia akan dapatkan macam interface yang baru ataupun tools dekat sini dia akan create tool yang baru, macam ada satu lah tool baru yang mana dalam GIS software basicnya memang tak ada lah, so yang ni dia buat ni, so dia implement, so from here dia boleh akan identify by themselves, they make a model lah, they will model from there. Okay, so measurement so measurement also yang ni saya cakap tadi, so when we talk about measurement, so we have a distance and length, we want to identify distance and length, we want to identify area, we want to identify the shape. So all of this is about the measurement, distance, measurement, distance, length, area and shape. So when we talk about distance and length ni dia prinsip dia samalah. Ni macam dia nak cerita dalam program yang telah dimasukkan dalam software ni. Kita basically dia gunakan apa ni, line length ni kamu mungkin dah pernah nampak kan. Ni equation from basic mathematics. Kalau kita nak dapat sesuatu panjang distance daripada satu tempat ni, satu tempat lain ni. So kita akan guna formula yang ni lah basic X2 macam ni, X2 tolak dengan X1 kuasa 2 tambah Y2. So daripada situ kita dapat distance lah. Daripada sini kita dapat distance. So equation yang ni yang dimasukkan di dalam GIS software. So kita cuma tahu je lah maknanya macam mana equation ni dimasukkan ke dalam tools. So bila kita klik dia punya menu ataupun tools tu, bila kita klik tool atau menu tu, so secara tak langsung kita boleh identify terus dia punya distance. Macam mana dia buat? So dimasukkan equation ni kat dalam GIS software tu. Macam tu. Saya tak boleh nak, kita tak belajar lah macam mana kita nak program itu yang seterusnya lah. Dia kalau ambil GIS yang seterusnya Tapi untuk yang GIS yang ni, for civil engineer ni, ECG 5579 ni, kita dapat sekurang-kurangnya kita faham lah, maknanya ada equation yang digunakan yang dimasukkan dalam GIS software to identify the distance and length. Also together with the shape of area. Kalau tadi kita dapat length, yang ni macam ni kita dapat area ni. Yang ni formula, salah satu formula, tak semestinya formula ni saja yang digunakan. Ada juga formula-formula lain yang digunakan untuk area. Itu juga dengan kontinen dengan island. Kontinen island, for example, macam ni dia nak identify kontinen and island ni. So dia nak identify, dia akan mendapati daripada cara dia nak dapat sama ada kalau dekat dekat bentuk bumi untuk muka bumi kita ni, dia terbagi pada dua. Kita identify dia sama ada kita dapat kontinen ataupun island. Macam mana kita nak dapati kontinen and island? So it is, nak saya pula ni kacau ni jadi anggap abaikanlah sikit suara yang apa ni. So kontinen dengan island, kontinen dengan island. So kontinen ni dia lebih besar tahu kan kontinen tu apa? Benua lah macam tu kan. Manakala island ni pulau lah. Macam mana kita nak identify island dengan kontinen ni? So kita ada contoh macam yang ni dia gunakan bukan satu aplikasi lah, equation. How that you want to identify. One of the methods to identify whether the land tu that in our earth, whether it is continent ataupun island, dia akan guna method ni, Euler number. Euler number ni. So Euler number ni for example, kamu boleh tengok kat sini, the area is closer, for example, macam ni kalau kamu tengok dekat sini, for each region, for example, kalau kamu tengok kat sini, each region, macam ni kan kita ada, kita nak tahulah sama ada yang, ni bukan gambar muka panda ni dia macam tunjuk kepada kamu ni jenis tanah, land use lah. So yang ni kalau kita secara hipotesis lah, kalau belajar dalam FYP tu, pada projek kita dapati macam ni, kita hipotesis ni kita anggap ni mungkin island, tapi nak membuktikan yang ni adalah island macam mana? So kita boleh guna Euler number method lah. Euler number method ni dia cakap apa ni? Euler number is calculated by subtract the number of island which make up the region itself from the number of enclosed. This is the last lecture for yang lecture 7 ni kan. Nanti kita sambung lah lecture ni. So kita end up yang ni Euler number ni. So if the Euler number is greater than 0, so the region is closer to continent. While the Euler number is less than 0, ini method yang digunakan. So region close to island. Macam mana kita nak tahu? So by using this formula lah, U A minus B, where A number of enclosed island yang dekat lah. Manakala B ni number of island which make up the region itself. For example, kalau kita nak tengok yang A dengan B, yang B ni mewakili yang besar ni warna putih ni kan. So kalau mengikut hipotesis kita tahulah yang ni adalah kontinen. Kalau A ni, A dan juga yang beberapa yang warna hijau ni, kita kalau ikut macam hipotesis tu, hipotesis ni macam anggapan lah macam dalam FYP kamu lah, kita dapat tahu daripada physical view kita pun kita nampak, oh kita dah tahu yang ni merupakan island. Tapi nak buktikan dia macam mana? So digunakan lah Euler number, contoh macam kita dapat A ni. So kita tengok A kecil ni apa? Number of enclosed island. So number of enclosed island ni kalau kita tengok kenapa dia kosong? Kenapa dia kosong? Sebab kita tengok kalau A yang number of enclosed island ni memang tak ada yang terdekat ni. Okey, kita apa? Lepas tu yang B pula ni kenapa 5? Number of island which make up the region itself. So kalau kita tengok yang A ni, yang apa ni, number of island kita nampak dia macam kecil-kecil lah kepulauan tu. Ada berapa jumlah? Ada 5 kan? Kalau kita tengok kat sini ni, yang ni 1, 2, 3, 4 dengan 5 kan. So yang tu sebab tu yang B tu ada 5. Jadi so yang number of enclosed island, kalau number of enclosed island ni dia kena ada enclosed island ni, dia macam kalau macam ni kalau macam ada dekat macam ni, yang ni boleh lah kita kategori 1. Tapi sebab dia jarak dia jarak antara satu sama lain ni, so tak adalah kosong. Jadi sebab tu A dia kosong. Faham So kalau U ni, so A tolak B melalui formula yang ni yang kita pakai ni. So maknanya kosong, so U kosong tolak dengan 5. So kita dapat negatif 5. So kalau negatif 5 tu maksudnya A ni adalah apa? Pulau ke atau kontinen? So kita tengok baik semula kat sini. Dia cakap apa? If Euler number is greater than 0, the region is close to continent. Kalau Euler number ni less than 0, kalau less than 0 tu maknanya negatif lah kan. So region ni close to island. So jawapannya negatif kan. So A ni logik lah sebenarnya adalah island. So dia ada island. Manakala kalau B yang besar ni warna putih ni, so kita tengok kalau A number of enclosed island ni, kalau kita tengok yang terdekat ni, yang paling enclosed, yang kat dalam dia adalah yang ni lah. Saya padam balik lah ni. Padam yang ni. Kalau kita tengok yang enclosed untuk yang B B ni A3, so dia kat sini lah, kat dalam dia. 1, 2, 3. Dia sebab dia terkandung kat dalam. Kalau yang ni tak termasuk lah ni. Tak termasuk. So maknanya tadi tu, yalah maksudnya dia bukan setakat tepi macam ni, tapi dia kat dalam lah. Kat dalam macam tu. Okay. So yang tu dimasukkan lah senarai dalam 3. Manakala B ni 1, kenapa B 1? Sebab dia 1 je. Yang B ni dia tak ada yang lain, kecuali kalau macam ada yang lain lah, macam ni kat sini yang besar juga. Jadi yang tu baru dikira 2, tapi setakat ni dia paling besar. Sebab tu dia 1 saja. Jadi kalau U 3 tolak 1 kan, A tolak 1, jadi dia jadi 2 lah. So 2 ni positif, sebab tu dia adalah kontinen. Itu je formula dia. Kalau Euler number, prinsip dia tu lah. Okey, faham tak pasal Euler number ni? Sebelum kita berehat dulu. So kita proceed pada apa ni, lecture yang seterusnya. Okey. So kalau gitu, so insyaAllah kita finish up so the summary of the lecture, so hopefully that this can be achieved from the learning outcome just now lah learning outcome ni. Okay, so kita rehat sekejap 5 minit kalau ada siapa nak pergi toilet ke so kita sambung semula pukul 9, sekarang ni 9.22 kan. So 9.22 kita rehat 5 minit. So 9.25 macam ni, standby lah Okay, kita rehat sekejap Okay.